Welcome to another edition of KY Sports Jelly. It's good to have. Just don't put it on your toast. We're going to be going over all the teams that Kentucky plays on their schedule. The next game, Game 5 on the schedule, is South Carolina. Now, a lot of people are starting to copy this because it's new. It's a good idea. Instead of just picking teams at random, why don't you go over every team on your schedule? Now, South Carolina fans have always made fun of Kentucky, and they have every right to do so. We always played a MAC schedule. I mean, that's just what we're known for. Those days are over. Everybody's going to do a harder schedule, 9 SEC games. I'm just going to jump right into it, then we'll get on into the Kentucky basketball, baseball, and football, and yada, yada, yada. Normally, I do the team we're going to play on our schedule at the very end. We'll change it up a little bit. Game 5 on our schedule, South Carolina. They've got key players returning. Probably a Heisman candidate for quarterback, just to be quite honest with you. Lenore Sellers. Several first-team All-SEC players. I mean, they've got talent coming back. Their biggest question mark was offensive line. I mean, it just, it was. It's been for a while. They had a bad year last year. Didn't do very well. Didn't make a ball game. Still beat Kentucky. Shane Beamer has literally owned Kentucky since he's moved in there at South Carolina. For whatever reason, Kentucky just cannot get it together. It's either a quarterback thing, a running back thing, a combination of both, or this, that, or the other. For whatever reason, South Carolina has owned the game. That just mark it down, and I'm marking it down as a win too this year. Until we can beat them, I mean, there's just no point. But we'll get into the schedule here in a minute. Now they've got a new offense. They're going to go with the up-tempo. Some people are claiming they're copying Tennessee. Tennessee fans are claiming they're copying Tennessee. I don't know if it's the wristbands or the anger of losing to the Spencer Rattler or whatever. But nevertheless, Tennessee fans think that Shane Beamer, if you can't beat him, I think South Carolina could score some serious points this year. Shane Beamer's the head coach. Always going to give you some great material. It's a hot dog, water cooler, it's whatever, crying. I mean, he can Richard Simmons cry. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. I think he looks like Brockmire. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, Brockmire, the announcer, sports announcer. It's absolutely hilarious. But hats off to Shane Beamer, though. He has owned Kentucky. He's beat us. And as a Kentucky fan, it's just hard to stomach a little dweeb, and then your quarterback, is out, or your running back, or a combination of two. You don't give your play. We've tried every way in the world to self-destruct before we even play South Carolina, and they've capitalized on it. They've been the better team. They've beat us. He has owned the Kentucky rivalry. Let's get into their schedule. Kent State. Yeah, make fun of us for playing a MAC schedule. That's funny. September 5th, 11:45. Well, you're just bigger at it, better, and just more of it every position. I'm giving you a win there. Townsend. September 12th at 6 p.m. That's back-to-back wins. Mississippi State's coming to town September 19th. They're projected to be at the bottom of the SEC with Kentucky. Now they'll have a little bit of offense. I don't think they got their defense figured out quite yet. I'm giving you a win there. I think that game is going to be a little closer than y'all would like it for it to be. That's at 3:15 on September 19th. You start out 3-0. But the problem is you're on the road September 26th to Alabama. Whatever weakness you got, they're going to exploit it. If your offensive line isn't ready, and I don't think they will be by then, you're playing cupcakes. Just call it what it is. You're going to get a first dose of better talent. I don't know if you'll be ready for that or not. If it was at South Carolina, it makes a world of difference. But you're on the road to Bama. I think that's your first loss. Then you're back home. You got Kentucky coming in on October 3rd. That's probably going to be a night game. You'll be sitting at 4-1. I have no idea what our record even be at that point. Probably not too well, but I'm pretty sure that'll be a night game. That's a win. We're not beating South Carolina this year. First year head coach in the SEC with all new players, all new roster, all new coach staff, all new everything. Going in there, listen to the rooster crow and the sandstone. I mean, it's going to be too much. Will Stein's going to get him an education early, and I think this is going to be one of them. But I think he'll learn from this game. But I don't think we get it done. And I've got, at the end of this video, I'm going to do a score prediction. What I think the score will be for all the games. You know, I've actually got you winning by 18 points or something like that. I don't think... I think it's going to be too much for the first year guy. Then October the 10th, you're on the road to Florida. And I'm going to give you a win here because Florida's going to be dealing with the same thing. Kentucky's dealing with it. Did you trade one Billy Napier, one guy for another? Sumrall. Now, there's a reason Kentucky didn't go after this guy. You know, they're chanting Sumrall while Mark Stoops is out there on the field during the Louisville game. The entire state wanted Sumrall, and they went with Will Steins. They could have got Sumrall, but I don't know. I think somebody somewhere knows something. So I'm giving you a win. I think you go into the swamp, get it done. And then you got a bye week. Now, see, this is a good schedule here. You play 6 games, bye, finish your season out. Not us. Coming out of the bye, you got Tennessee coming to town on October 24th. I think you're going to experience a Kentucky here. I don't think you're going to win out of a bye. I think for whatever reason, Tennessee's going to be ready for this game, and they're just going to edge you out. So I gave you a loss there. Then you're on the road to Oklahoma. Oklahoma's stacked this year. Everybody's high on Oklahoma. Halloween, October 31st. I'm giving you a loss. I think Oklahoma's just got too much in the trenches for you. You're going to have Lenore Sellers run over. He's going to have to score with his legs. He's going to have to score with his arm. He's going to have to stay upright, and I just don't think by the time you get done playing Alabama, Kentucky, Florida, Tennessee, that you're going to have a whole lot of gas left in the tank for Oklahoma. That's a brutal run. Then you got Texas A&M coming to town, and I think all those that I just listed takes its toll. I'm giving you a loss there on November 7th. I think you get 3 in a row, 3 losses in a row there. Which ain't bad. I mean, you had a terrible season last year. You had 4 wins or something like that. It wasn't great. And we'll get into what the Vegas, ESPN, and all them has got you. But I think with that run right there, a loss to Bama, win at Kentucky, win at Florida, two winnable games. Tennessee is just going to be too much. It's out of a bye. They're going to make a point to try to run the score up on you because they feel like you've copied their offense. I think this is going to be too much. Oklahoma, they're loaded. They spent the money. They're just loaded at every position. They don't have deficiencies like Kentucky online here and there. And you're going to have to keep your quarterback upright, and they've got the horses in the trenches. And then Texas A&M. That's a bridge too far, I think. I think you get Get a loss there. But, hey, you got Arkansas. You're on the road to Arkansas on November 14th. I'm giving you a win there. Arkansas is dead last in the SEC, I think. And then you face Georgia. You're not beating Georgia. You're not going to win that game on November 21st. This is Georgia's year to make a run. This is Alabama's year to make a run. Texas and Oklahoma. That's your 4 leading teams. I'm more of a Texas, Georgia, Alabama. Draw a line. You put Tennessee, Oklahoma, and then the field. I mean, yeah. But I think you take a loss with Georgia November 21st. And then November 28th, you're on the road to Clemson. You have not fared well against Clemson in the history of South Carolina. Say whatever you want to about Kentucky. Beamer has owned Kentucky. Clemson has owned South Carolina throughout the years. Until you can consistently beat them, chance favors the prepared mind. And I just got to go with the odds here. I don't think you get it done. I'm not big on Clemson this year either. I think they're swirling. They're at the bottom of the commode. They're fixing to go down. They're done. Unless he starts utilizing the portal or starts recruiting or paying people a whole bunch of money, this play for the Gipper ain't going to cut it no more. I think Clemson still beats you this year, but I think his game is going to be way closer than Clemson fans would like for it to be. So on November 28th, that's a loss. I got you going 6-6. All right. Vast improvement from last year. You're beating my team again. So, I mean, listen, the Vegas line on South Carolina, as of now, and the great day of our Lord, win-losses, they've got you anywhere from 5.5 to 6.5. ESPN's got you 66.6% that you reach 6 wins. They think 7-5 is your ceiling. CBS has got you at 7-5 for the ceiling, or 7-5 and 4-5 in the SEC. So somewhere between 5-7 and 7-5, I think 6 wins is legit, and it's not disrespectful or a slap in the face or anything like that. I think you go bowling, and I think you make an improvement off last year, and it gives Shane Beamer another year to recruit and get back to them 9-win games. I mean, I don't think you can just go from 4-win back to 9-10. I mean, I think you got to work your way up. But all in all, I think it's a good year for you, especially in the schedule. Kentucky's got the 4th hardest schedule according to a lot of outlets. A lot of people may argue that. So I just say we got a top 10. We're in the top 10 of having the hardest schedule in the country. All right. This right here is right up there. I mean, so I mean 6-6, and a lot of these outlets are favoring you at 7-5. So I think you have a decent year. Better, you're going bowling. I do believe that. So better than last year. Let's talk a little Kentucky basketball. Tubby Smith inducted into the Hall of Fame for what? For what? All right, well, I'm a Kentucky fan. Why not put him in there? Tyler Hero, he's throwing shade at Wisconsin. Why? Why? How many banners they got? I mean, why? I don't know why you would even consider going down that road, but all right. Andrea Djokovic. He's talking about how he's going to help Ohio State. Well, you're going to shoot 4 3-pointers. You're going to make 1. And 6 rebounds and 8 points. Consistently. So, I mean, there you have it. And here we go with the Trent Noah gas again. Remember that last year? Well, they built him up. The hype train was real, wasn't it? Praise again. Let's just praise him. He was AWOL last year, people. last year he had the same high praise. I hope he does it this year, and we can just stop doing that. Let's talk a little Kentucky baseball. Tyler Bell went number 10, first round in the Colorado Rockies. That's the second highest ever at Kentucky to go anything. Congratulations, sir. We're going to sorely miss you. Jace Thermish and Cawthorn Hindle, they're returning for the 2027, and that's huge. And Grayson Willoughby withdrew from the MLB and will pitch for the Cats in the upcoming season. That's three pieces there, just ungodly. Margoni gets to keep the vast majority of his offense, and he's went out and recruited veteran pitchers that are actually great. Tharnish and Hindle, just give you some sort of idea. They led our offense in home runs, RBIs, and total bases. And they're coming back. And Matt Ponataski, our quarterback, taking number 542 by the Cincinnati Reds. And that's been his dream to go play Major League Baseball. And I don't blame you. That's going to be a tough decision. Will he sign or will he stay with the Cats? To be determined. Speaking of Cincinnati, my God, we're 15 and a half games out. Like I said, once you get to 11-5, you're done. People just lean on you. I mean, you're toast. The Cubs series, we absolutely had to win. They've dominated that. The Orioles have beat us. We're just everybody's punching bag right now. The Cincinnati Reds, my God. Kentucky foosball. The Cat Paws yearbook is out. You can pick it up any gas station. In 5-star, 120 pages of Kentucky football intel, and you know what? I need it. I need to learn the players' names, the coaching staff's names, everybody's names, new management, new athletic director, new head coach. We got everybody's new. I'm gonna have to go buy that just so I can learn who everybody is. Kentucky football single game tickets go on sale July 16th. Come on out and support the Cats. Go buy you some tickets. And get you some shirts from my favorite place up there in Lexington. Miss Harmon. Get you some good Kentucky apparel. Them's good t-shirts. Now our quarterback this year, we all know in the state, we all know what we've got. He can change Kentucky football season. He can. It's going to lie with him. Like I said, he's an upgraded version of Terry Wilson. He's just better. He just got more tools. He got more gadget than the Swiss Army knife. He's just an upgraded version. He's faster. He got a better arm. And he just has a better vision. And look what touchdown Terry did. I mean, he beat Tennessee and Knoxville. He beat Florida. You know what I mean? That guy beat people that just, you're like, what? So I think we've got something there. Now I think Louisville will be our biggest game of the year. That very well may determine if we go to a bowl game or not. I think Louisville's going to be the biggest game of the year. I think the biggest chance for an upset this year for Kentucky would be the Florida game. You got John Summerall going against Will Steins, the battle of two brand new SEC coaches. We'll see which one's in over their head. I think week 5 through 7 is probably going to be the toughest stretch we've got. The entire month of October will be brutal. For our biggest trap game, or the most embarrassing loss, or the biggest trap game, whatever you want to call it, I think that's the Vandy game. I think it's the game we need to win. I feel like the ceiling for Kentucky is probably 7-5, and the floor is 3-9. All right. My prediction is 4-8. I really wanted to go 5-7, but after looking at everything, I just can't do it. I can't do it, not with him being a first-year head coach and everything that's going on. I think we beat Youngstown State, South Bama, Vandy, and Louisville, and lose to everyone else. I would like to win at least 2 more games. I mean, you got the Florida and Mizzou. Who knows? Who knows? We're not beating that hype. That is garbage. That's crazy talk. But let me just lay this at you here. I looked at all the games and everything, and the players and the positions and the strength and the numbers and the 4 stars, 5 stars, 2 stars, green clovers, blue dime, whatever, lucky charm. So I'm gonna give my prediction of the scores. I think we open up against Youngstown State. Let me blow them out. We're in the 40s, probably 45, 48 or something like that to 14. We win. We play Alabama game 2. That's going to be like a 31-6 loss for Kentucky. I don't think that's even going to be close. I don't think we're going to heal from that game. I think we're going to get shell shocked against Texas A&M. That's going to be like a 42-7 beating. And then South Alabama, I think we regroup. I think we win that 38-3. Everybody's talking about our offense. Man, we done scored 45. We done scored 38. Then we turn around and play South Carolina. That's going to be another head-scratching Kentucky 38-20 loss, more than likely. I think the LSU game is going to be like a 38-24. They might even get the ball late and add another 7 to that, so 45-24. Because Lane will run the score up on you if he can. And he'll flop, he'll cry, he'll do a little pee-pee dance over there to distract. He'll do whatever it takes to give him the edge. And if he gets the upper hand, I don't care if there's 5 seconds left. Instead of kneeling, he'll score on him. I think we get blown. Oklahoma, I think it's going to be surprisingly as good as they are. I think it's going to be like a 28-13 game. And I think we lose. So right now I've got us winning Youngstown State and South Alabama, and we just pretty much get blowed out by everybody else. I mean, Vanderbilt, I can see a 27-20 game. Ray Davis coming up here. We win that somehow. And then Tennessee. I think this game is going to be actually closer than a lot of people believe it is. And I don't think it's going to be that high scoring either. I can see a 23-28 loss coming up. And then the Florida. I think the Florida game will surprise and anger fans right here. I can see a 27-17 loss. And we'll be like, we should have got Summerall. I mean, that's going to be the thing. If we lose to Florida, that's all you're going to hear. But there's a reason they didn't go. If they wanted John Summerall, he'd be in Lexington. The end. He's not picking Florida over Kentucky. He played at Kentucky. He nevertheless, he wanted to come to Kentucky. Whatever reason they went with Will Steins. Probably the better choice. We'll see. To be determined. Now, Missouri, I put this down as like a 27-28 loss. I can't remember what year it was. We beat them by a last-second pass, touchdown, 1 point or something in the end zone. We literally stole one right there, and I think that's what happens here. And then the last game of the year, I could see a 42-39. Will Stein wants to beat the team he played for badly, and I think it's going to be a high-scoring game on both sides of the ball. They got probably the 2 greatest running backs in all of college football, duo. But I think everybody rises to the occasion. I don't think we're going to lay down like we have the last several years under Stoops and Vince Morrow. They all knew they were leaving. And Vince didn't even recruit nobody the last several years, and he wasn't getting paid. He wasn't happy. He wanted the position. He wanted this, that, or the other. He wasn't getting paid what he felt like he was worth. Let's just call it what it is. For the last 5 years there, the recruiting went to garbage. We didn't have nothing in the cupboard. Stoops is trying to... Brad White, Mark Stoops, Vince, but they all knew they were leaving. It was just a matter of when. And the last year, they're over laughing while Louisville's blowing us out with their 3rd string players. There's no way we should have lost that game. We did, got embarrassed. And they're over laughing about it. Yeah, they pretty much wanted to send that final whatever. It's just absolutely embarrassing, to be honest with you. But Will Steins has come in and had absolutely nothing, and had just done an incredible job recruiting. But I think he's just only going to get better over time. So I think it's going to be the one. You only got a few years to kick this guy around. You better get your licks in right now, I think. But here's the deal. The talk on the street, Will Steins is probably too good to be coaching at Kentucky, and teams are already talking about poaching him away. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I know what he's done. The recruiting class in 2027, 2028 is... I thought this year was good. I mean, he really went out. They hit the recruit trail. We got players. We just don't have the same kind of talent. Like Alabama's or Georgia. You take Georgia, for example. Next man up. You can't do that at Kentucky. The talent level falls off drastically when you get past our first and second string. Georgia's entire team doesn't fall. I mean, Alabama's like that, Texas like that, but Kentucky, bottom tier teams just don't have. You know, when we go to the cupboard, the big blue cupboard, there's just no. Yeah, but I think he's fixing it. I think we're going to have depth, a whole bunch of 4 and 5 stars, 3. I mean, just. I think we're going to have a whole lot more talent 27, 28. I think it's only going to get better. So, I hope he stays. But honestly, if we're not scoring, I think mid-30s, our defense is going to be fairly good this year. I think our defense is going to be the strongest point of our whole football team, to be quite honest with you. If he can improve and do better than Eddie Gran in the scoring and offense, Eddie Gran's 28, man. If he can be in the mid-30s, we'll have a shot. We'll have a legitimate shot in every game. Anything other than that, we're gonna take a beating. Y'all think about it. I'm out of here.